Imagine waking up one morning and realizing every decision you've made in the last year wasn't truly yours. That someone, maybe a stranger, maybe your closest friend, has been quietly controlling your thoughts, emotions, and actions without you even noticing. Sounds terrifying, right? But what if I told you it's already happening? Today, you're about to discover the 7 dark psychology tactics manipulators use to control people like a puppet on strings, and how you can break free before it's too late. We like to think we're independent thinkers, that no one can control our minds. But dark psychology works in the shadows. It doesn't attack your intelligence, it exploits your emotions. Whether it's a toxic partner making you doubt yourself, a cunning boss pushing you into unfair deals, or a so-called friend planting seeds of guilt, these tactics bypass logic and go straight to the subconscious. The scariest part? You don't even realize it's happening until you're already under their control. Let me tell you about Sarah. Sarah was smart, confident, and independent. But after she started dating a man she thought was the one, things changed. Slowly, her opinions didn't matter. Her decisions were always questioned. And every time she tried to stand her ground, he'd twist her words, making her feel like she was the problem. By the time she realized she was being gaslighted, she had lost friends, opportunities, and most importantly, her confidence. Sarah's story isn't rare. It's a classic example of how these dark tactics work. And today, we'll break down exactly how they manipulate you so you can spot them instantly. The 7 dark psychology tactics. Tactic 1, gaslighting. The manipulator denies your reality until you start doubting your own memory and perception. They'll say things like, "You're too sensitive," or "That never happened." Over time, your confidence erodes and they become the authority on what's real. Tactic 2, love bombing. At first, they overwhelm you with affection, attention, and gifts, making you feel special. But this isn't love. It's a setup. Once you're emotionally invested, they withdraw, making you chase that initial high. Tactic 3, guilt tripping. They use your kindness against you. Every refusal or boundary becomes, "After everything I've done for you," making you feel indebted, even when you've done nothing wrong. Tactic 4, triangulation. They bring a third person into the dynamic. An ex, a coworker, even a stranger, to create jealousy, insecurity, or competition. It keeps you unstable and desperate for their approval. Tactic 5, silent treatment. They punish you with withdrawal. No calls, no texts, no attention. The silence is meant to make you anxious and desperate to make things right, even when you weren't wrong. Tactic 6, projection. Whatever they accuse you of doing, lying, cheating, being selfish, is often exactly what they're doing. By projecting, they shift suspicion away from themselves and keep you on the defensive. Tactic 7, fear and threats. Sometimes subtle, sometimes obvious. They might hint that bad things will happen if you don't comply. Fear keeps you obedient far longer than logic ever could. These tactics work because they target the limbic system, the emotional brain, bypassing the logical, rational part of you. They exploit your natural need for love, acceptance, and belonging. And because the attacks are gradual, you adapt without realizing it. It's like a frog in boiling water. By the time the heat becomes unbearable, it's too late to jump out. The good news is, once you can identify these tactics, their power collapses. Name the tactic. The moment you say, "This is gaslighting," you take back control. Set boundaries and enforce them. Don't negotiate your self-respect. Seek outside perspective. Manipulation thrives in isolation. Talk to trusted friends or mentors. Detach emotionally. Observe their actions without reacting emotionally, like a scientist studying an experiment. Remember, the goal isn't to win their game. It's to stop playing entirely. Dark psychology isn't about being smart enough to resist. It's about being aware enough to see it before it takes hold.
So the next time someone tries to twist your reality, make you doubt yourself, or control your choices, pause. Take a breath. And remember, you own your mind, no one else. Because the moment you see the strings, you're no longer the puppet.